in the last lecture. This is our 11th lecture, 10th lecture. This is our 10th lecture. So in the last uh, three lectures, we did complete four consumption theories, four consumption models. उनको theories भी बोल देते हैं, consumption models भी हैं. In the first one, Keynes consumption theory, we discussed that consumption depends upon current income. Second is Fisher consumption model, discussed that lifetime, how did lifetime consumption depend upon lifetime income. Then life cycle theory, consumption depends upon lifetime income. Then permanent consumption theory, consumption depends upon permanent. So these four theories we have discussed. So this one is the random walk. Random walk hypothesis consumption model, presented by Robert Hall, 1978. That is very important. You people know the random walk presented by Robert Hall, because we people know the random walk hypothesis, but we don't know about the name, writer name. Okay, this model, Robert Hall random walk hypothesis. Hypothesis बेटा बोलते हैं. This is based on Fisher model and permanent income hypothesis. Based on Fisher and permanent income hypothesis model. In these two models, forward-looking consumers base consumption on expected future income. Random walk hypothesis consumption models also consider future income. It also reports that consumption depends upon future income. Random walk hypothesis first assumes that report that consumption depends upon not only current income but also on future income. So therefore, it is based on Fisher and permanent income hypothesis. In these two models, forward-looking consumers base their consumption on expected future income. So the consumption depends upon, in this model, consumption depends upon expected future income. That is the key point. Consumption depends upon expected future income. This is the common thing in Fisher, permanent income hypothesis, and random walk. Consumption depends upon expected future income. Hal, here one second assumption. First assumption क्या थी हमारी? The consumption depends upon expected future income. That is. Second assumption is Robert Hall assumes rational expectations. Rational expectations. In rational expectations, consumers use all available information to forecast future variables like income. For example, Hamza is doing business, is going well. He has a large number of customers. So keeping in view the given information, he can forecast his future income will be higher because he has the production level, fine quality production level, and large amount of consumption. अब उसके पास प्रोडक्शन भी हमजा के पास अच्छी है और इसके पास कस्टमर्स भी हैं और इसको ये भी पता है कि मार्केट में सबसे ज्यादा कस्टमर मेरे पास है, कैप्चर है. अब हमजा क्या एक्सपेक्ट करेगा? राशनल एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है इसकी? लाइक अगर हमजा हैज सम माइंड, देन हमजा की एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या होगी? The future फ्यूचर में मेरी इनकम बहुत ज़्यादा होगी. Keeping in view of the available information, rational expectation. This is the first. This is the second assumption of random walk hypothesis. First assumption is consumption depends upon expected future income. The second one is consumers follow rational expectation. That is the second. Okay. Now we are going to explain the hypothesis. That is very important. Now we are going to explain a theory. This theory explains that if permanent income hypothesis is correct, if permanent income hypothesis is correct, permanent income hypothesis is correct means consumption depends upon permanent income, current and future permanent income. If permanent income hypothesis is correct, it means consumption also depends upon expected future income. And consumers have rational expectations. First, last two assumption, the same assumption उन्होंने दोबारा से यहाँ से mention करती. If last two assumptions are correct, first assumption is consumption depends upon expected future income. Second is consumers follow rational expectation. Then, in the light of last two assumptions in the last slides, then the consumption should follow a random walk. Then consumption should follow a random walk. Random walk means unpredictable. Consumption should follow a random walk. Like in 2000, random walk क्या है बेटा आपकी? आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि फ्यूचर में इनकम बढ़ेगी, लेकिन जरूरी नहीं है कि हमजा कंजम्पशन जो है ना एग्जैक्ट कंजम्पशन करेगा. पॉसिबल है कि नेक्स्ट ईयर कंजम्पशन होगी 2 लाख, पॉसिबल है आफ्टर नेक्स्ट ईयर 3 लाख, आफ्टर नेक्स्ट ईयर 1.5 लाख, इसके बाद इसकी कंजम्पशन होगी 50,000. दैट इज रैंडम. 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 1.5 lakh, then 3 lakh. It's a random walk. So if first two assumptions are correct, जो हमने डिस्कस किए, consumption depends upon expected future income and consumers have rational expectations, then consumption should follow a random walk. Random walk means changes in consumption should be unpredictable. Changes in consumption should be unpredictable. Now, so consumers, the consumption should follow a random walk. Random walk means changes in consumption should be unpredictable. Now, changes in consumption means, now consumption में changes फिर कैसे होंगे? Now, a change in income or wealth that was anticipated. Then, now further explanation of the model. Any anticipated change in income, any expected change in income, any expected change in income any change in anticipated income will be factored into expected future permanent income. Will be factored into expected permanent income. What is the mean? Carefully listen कीजिएगा बेटा. Any anticipated change in income. Any anticipated change in income यानी हमका को ये पता चल गया कि फ्यूचर में वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है उसके पापा उसको गिफ्ट देंगे 1 लाख रुपये का, या उसको एक कार बाय कर व्हीकल बाय करके देंगे. तो एक्सपेक्टेड है, एंटिसिपेटेड है, श्योर हो रहा है उसको, अनएक्सपेक्टेड नहीं है, प्रॉमिस किया होगा. तो any change in income, any anticipated change in income does not will not change expected permanent income. Will not change expected permanent income because उसको पता है कि ये मुझे इनकम मिलेगी मिलेगी, ये मेरी परमानेंट इनकम का पार्ट बनेगा because it is anticipated. So any anticipated change in income, any anticipated change in income will not change expected permanent income. Will not change in expected permanent income because this anticipated change in income will be a part of permanent income because that is anticipated. When any anticipated change in income will not change permanent income, then it will not change consumption. It will not change in consumption. Simple words, an anticipated change in income, an anticipated change in income will not change consumption in one sentence. An anticipated change in income will not change consumption. The second one is only unanticipated change in income, only unanticipated change in income will change expected permanent income. Will change expected permanent income. That will change consumption. So again, I am going to say, listen carefully. Any change in income, any anticipated, please add, any anticipated change in income will not change expected permanent income. Finally, any anticipated change in income will not change consumption. Any anticipated change in income will not change consumption. Only unanticipated change. सडन गिफ्ट मिल गया किसी को 1 लाख रुपए का, और उसके फादर ने उनको 1 लाख रुपए का सडन गिफ्ट दिया. That is unanticipated change in her income. It will change expected permanent income. Definitely जैसी गिफ्ट मिलेगा उसकी परमानेंट इनकम बदल जाएगी because that is a part of permanent income. That will be expected होगी, इसके फ्यूचर में उसकी एक्सपेक्टेड इनकम बदल जाएगी. लाइक गवर्नमेंट अचानक एम्प्लॉयज को बोनस दे देती है, इंक्रीमेंट लगा देती है, अचानक इंक्रीमेंट लगाती है. पहले एम्प्लॉयज की फॉर एग्जाम्पल सैलरी थी 20,000, 5,000 का इंक्रीमेंट लगा देती है. अब 5,000 का जो सडन इंक्रीमेंट है, ये क्या होगा, परमानेंट इनकम का पार्ट बन जाएगा, क्यों, वो 7 ऐड होती जाएगी. दिस इज द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल. जैसे ही वो परमानेंट इनकम का पार्ट बनेगी, देन दिस एक्सपेक्टेड परमानेंट इनकम विल चेंज consumption. We can say only unanticipated changes in income or wealth will change consumption. Will change consumption. But any anticipated change in income or wealth will not change consumption because that was anticipated. Already they know it will not change expected permanent income. जब आपको पता हो फ्यूचर में, मैं एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ, फ्यूचर में आपके बाबा, उसके बाबा को 1 लाख रुपए गिफ्ट करेंगे, कंफर्म है, तो आज ही अपनी कंजम्पशन पैटर्न चेंज कर लेगी. क्यों, कंफर्म है उसको कि उसको फ्यूचर में जो इनकम मिलेगी मिलेगी. तो फ्यूचर में जो इनकम मिलेगी उसने उसकी परमानेंट इनकम को क्या कर दिया, चेंज नहीं किया. क्यों, चेंज नहीं किया क्योंकि उसको पता है को मिलना है, उसकी इनकम का पार्ट बन गया है, इनकम का क्या बन गया, पार्ट बन गया है। वो उसी के मुताबिक अपनी कंजप्शन को सेट कर लेगी और फाइनली क्या होगा, कंजप्शन में चेंज नहीं होगी, फ्यूचर कंजप्शन में चेंज नहीं होगी। दैट इज द random walk consumption hypothesis we have done. Now I am going to next slides. That is the final statement. If consumers obey the permanent income hypothesis and have rational expectations, first two sentences are assumptions. If consumers follow permanent income hypothesis and they have rational expectations, then policy changes will affect consumption only if they are unanticipated. पॉलिसी चेंजेस लाइक गवर्नमेंट ने पॉलिसी चेंज कर दी कि एम्प्लॉयज को अब इंक्रीमेंट किसी भी वक्त इंक्रीमेंट हो सकता है, पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट अचानक चेंज कर देती, बजट में भी उसको अनाउंस नहीं किया गया, गवर्नमेंट इमरान खान यू टर्न ले लेता है, पॉलिसी चेंज, यू टर्न का फायदा क्या होगा, फौरी तौर पर इंक्रीमेंट होगा 5%, पहले उसका नामो निशान भी नहीं था बजट में, जैसे ही पॉलिसी चेंज हुई उसने क्या कर दिया, कंजप्शन को चेंज कर दी। क्यों, अब उनकी परमानेंट इनकम चेंज हो चुकी है। लेकिन इस केस में होगा अगर दे आर अनएंटिसिपेटेड, अगर ये पॉलिसी क्या हो अनएंटिसिपेटेड हो, अचानक बराबर यूजर ले ले, तो फिर क्या होगा, उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा, फौरी तौर पर क्या होगा, कंजप्शन पे इफेक्ट होगा। बड़ा दिस इज अ वेरी सिंपल एंड comprehensive sentence of random walk hypothesis. We can say that this is a complete definition of random walk hypothesis consumption model. You can write in the beginning, then you can explain the whole model. That is very easy. Hopefully, you can do easily without any hesitation, without any problem. Okay. So here, just the comparison is here. We have done which one we need. Other things is okay. No need to discuss. Okay, now I am going to choose this. So I'm going to the next one is the next one is the investment model. Investment we will discuss the next chapter, right? 17 chapter in some books, maybe some books chapter is changed, but you better understand. Next chapter is investment. In this chapter, what we will discuss? In this chapter, we will discuss. In this chapter, we will discuss leading theories of investment. We will discuss leading theories of investment. This one we will discuss. Keep in your mind, leading theories of investment. One or two we will discuss. The second we will discuss why investment is negatively related to the interest rate. Why investment is negatively related to the interest rate. We will discuss also. Third, we will discuss the shift of investment function. How investment function shift. This one we will also discuss. The next one we will see, if we have the time we will discuss, because we have to complete this chapter in this week. Don't worry about that, how to do it. Okay, here there are three types of investment. This one we will discuss, then we will close the lecture. The first type of investment is the business fixed investment. Business fixed investment means businesses spending on equipment, on Business spending on equipment, instruments, and structures for use in production. For example, one producer wants to produce cloth. So for cloth productions, this business will buy equipments and structures. मशीनरी बलूम बाय करेगा, मशीन बाय करेगा, लैंड बाय करेगा, ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें बिजनेस इन फिक्स इन्वेस्टमेंट में इंक्लूड हो. The second one is the residential investment. Residential investment is the purchases of new housing units. The purchases of new housing units for occupations, maybe for land, for either by occupants and or by landlords. Occupants इसको buy कर सकते हैं, landlord भी buy कर सकते हैं, okay? But for investment purpose. That is the residential investment. As you can see here, dealers, property dealer business totally is a residential investment. Third one is inventory investment. Inventory investment, the value of the change in inventories, the value of the change in inventories of finished goods, materials, and supplies, and work in progress. For example, Hamza is doing business in hosiery. He produced 1 lakh socks pairs. 1 lakh this year, no, in the previous year. But he could not sell 1 lakh. He just could sell only 50,000. So this 50,000, which one could not be sold, which are not sold in the last year, which were not sold in the last year, they are inventories. Okay, now in this year, again Hamza produced 2 lakh socks, but he could sell out only 1 lakh. So 1 lakh are unsold. This 1 lakh and previous 1 lakh socks, this 1 lakh and previous 50,000 socks which are unsold. So this addition of this year 1 lakh unsold, this year 1 lakh unsold socks are added to the previous year 50,000 unsold socks. This is the change in the value of inventories. पहले last year में हमजा के 50,000 की stock 1 lakh stock प्रोड्यूस की थी, 50,000 सेल हुई. अब कितने सेल हुई? 1 lakh. 1 lakh 50,000 के साथ ऐड होगी. जो अनसोर्स प्रोडक्ट्स होती है उनको बोलते हैं इन्वेंटरी. अब पहले 50,000 स्टॉक थी, अब इसमें अब in this year again 50,000 1 lakh, so 1 lakh stocks are unsold. So total unsold stocks are 1 lakh. 1 lakh stocks this year are added to the 50,000 previous year. 1 lakh unsold stocks a previous year 50,000 stocks के साथ क्या होगी? ऐड. जो 1 lakh इन्वेंटरीज हैं जो ऐड हुई है इनको क्या बोलते हैं? इन्वेंटरी. दिस इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द चेंज इन इन्वेंटरी. पहले इन्वेंटरीज कितनी थी? 50,000. अब इन्वेंटरीज कितनी होगी? 1 lakh. इन्वेंटरीज में चेंज कितना आया है? 1 lakh का. 1 lakh की वैल्यू क्या होगी? इन्वेंटरी. These are 3 types of investment. First one is the fixed investment. Second one is the residential investment. Third one is the inventory investment. These definitions are very important to discuss, to further discuss the economic model of investment. That is very important. Now I will listen to your questions. based on the lecture which we have done. हमने कन्वेंशनल मॉडल किया, उसके बाद इन्वेस्टमेंट की रिस्क की आप इसको बड़ा डिटेल में शेयर भी कर सकते हैं। दोबारा से बता दूं, बिजनेस फिक्स इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, purchasing of equipment and structure for the use in production. Residential investment, purchasing of new units. Third one is inventory investment, is the value of the change in inventories of the goods, materials, supplies, and goods process that inventories. So we now we are going to talk about lecture. So in the next class we will do next. So the next model, new classical model in detail. So you can ask questions, which one you need. So now here I am to reply your question. Okay, Beta?